Good morning and welcome to another Financial Focus with my friend and one of my favorite people in the world, Delta Jones Walker of Atled Financial. Good morning, Delta.
Good morning, Miss Chelsea. How are you?
I feel good. It's summertime.
It's summertime, and we want to just make sure that we are making sure our clients, our babies, the kids, the parents, the grandparents, everyone knows how to spend the money for the summer.
Right, because everything is opening up now,
Yes.
and that means our wallets are opening up too, Delta. So give your disclaimer so we can jump in. I'm ready for this discussion.
Okay. Securities and advisory services offered through Woodbury Financial Services, member of FINRA, as well as SIPC Insurance Services offered through Atled Financial at 717B Main Street, Schererville, Indiana 46375, which is not affiliated with Woodbury Financial.
Not affiliated. Okay. Thank you, Delta. So before I jump in, how have you been, dear?
I've been well, and yourself?
I have been well and very busy, and you and I know that we equate busyness as being a good thing,
That's
right?
a good thing.
Yes.
Thank the Lord for the business.
Amen. Thank the Lord. So speaking of business, we're here to talk today about handling our business this summer when it comes to digital literacy. And before we jumped on camera, I was talking to you about how I'm seeing articles and more information. You know, I also work with the school district, and I'm seeing more school districts implementing financial literacy, digital literacy. I'm so glad to see that because we didn't have that growing up.
That is a needed curriculum. Kids today, they just spend, and we as parents, we have just given, not like our parents did us, because you have to earn, and we have just given. So we have set up a bad situation, and now we need to retract. So for them to in turn have it in the curriculum, this is phenomenal.
Yes.
Because what we want to do is we want to make sure that our child is very well versed on financial literacy.
I'll tell you my very first financial literacy lesson. I think I've told you this before, in third grade when I wanted to go to Washington, D.C., and it wasn't in the budget. A school trip where they only picked 2 third graders, and they picked me to be one of them, and I was so excited, but it wasn't in the budget. It was last minute. It was like $400, and my father said, you know, you won't be able to go this time, and I was sad and everything, and I tried to think of every way we could get this done, and I was like, can't you just write a check? And so that's when I got my first lesson that you have to have money in the bank to write a check. I thought you could just write one. And so that's just a prime example of, if I didn't understand it then, you know, and then I had to get that lesson growing up at 9. If we're not having those conversations in the home, then what must they think? Money grows on trees?
Well, that's what they think. And so I always tell my clients, the simplest and the easiest way to start educating your child to the day-to-day money occurrences that happen at home is when you are getting paid, whether it's weekly or every 2 weeks, by a monthly, when you're sitting down writing your bills out, have your child sit with you and say, okay, this is my paycheck. Right. These are the bills we got to pay. Okay, so we're gonna figure out what we're gonna pay. And as the numbers they look at the paycheck. Okay, so this is what mama and daddy brought in, and then they look at, okay, because the mother and father got them adding on the adding machine how much the bills are, and they said, wait a minute, we running out of money. How are we gonna do this? And so having the discussion, okay, so these are all of our bills for the month. This is what's going to be paid with daddy's paycheck. When mama gets paid next week, we're going to pay the other portion. Okay, well, where are we going to have some money so I could go out to eat?
Right.
What are we going to
Where's
do?
the fun money?
Okay, so share with them, okay, the allowance piece, this is how we're going to work it. You see the dates of when the bills need to be paid. These are the bills that we're going to pay, so we don't have a late charge. And explain to them what is a late charge.
Right.
If you don't pay the bill on time, they charge you an additional $25,
Extra.
which those are dollars that you could have used
for the fun money.
So it's an educational, but it's an easy educational process, and it's giving them the opportunity to have the one-on-one. So it's bonding, family time, and understanding money. So when you get in the classroom and you see it in the curriculum,
It makes sense.
It
right?
makes sense
it
to
clicks,
you
okay.
because of the fact that you've had a one-on-one live session.
Yes, because again, money is another one of those taboo subjects
Yes,
in the
it is.
home that
Don't talk about money.
Don't talk about money. That's private. Don't worry about how much I make and those kind of things. And then when you don't have that $400 for Washington D.C., the question becomes why, and it's like because we haven't talked money in the home.
We have not talked money in the home. We need to have a structured budget, and we need to have money set aside for emergency goals. We need to have money set aside for savings. Just like you get paid, before you got paid, you put money in your retirement account.
Mm-hmm.
After you got paid, you put money in church for your tithe, and now you start paying your bills. Well, before you pay your bills, you need to pay yourself.
Pay yourself. That's
And
right.
that's the process. And by just going up to the debit machine, just putting the debit card in, the kid just thinks that there's always have money.
There's
so
always money
this
in
is
there.
wonderful that they're going to put that in the curriculum because it is something that is well needed.
Yeah. And so before I got here, I noticed that your latest article for the Chicago and Gary Crusaders posted this morning.
Yes.
And it already had over 600 views. So obviously there's an interest in the subject. And so now that school is out, many are going to summer school, but still parents are looking for various activities that are positive to keep them busy. And your article addresses some of the activities. There are so many apps and things that you can do with your children, and even teenagers that help us have more comfortable and fun money conversations.
You know, Chelsea, the FDIC, they have a platform. They have developed an app that you can go in, and it's over, I want to say it's over 600 different line items that you can click on that talks about money literacy, financial literacy, savings, investing for a child.
That's great.
So that is something, that they can look at as well. And again, if you have any questions or concerns, they can call the office and I can walk them through the process. Dial that 1-800-481-6688 number so that we're there to help you.
Yeah, and here's the other cool thing about it. I've noticed over the years that you and I have been working together, and we've been rocking for a minute, since 2015, that some of your clients bring their children to the appointments.
They bring their children to the appointment, and as a result, I've given away little banks, and I say, okay, now next year when your mom comes in here, you make sure you come with her. I want that bank to be full. And they're like, okay. And some kids have come back with the bank. Mrs. Walker, my bank is full. Now can I open it? Can I spend it? What can I do? And I'll say, now the next step is you go to the bank, you open up a savings account.
Which is a great summer field trip.
As a result, it's in the article. Great summer field trip, which teaches your child how to complete the document because you're walking through, so another tutorial, another teaching moment, as well as they are getting a book to show that they've made a deposit, and now that is the start. Every bi-weekly, once a month, once a week, whenever you get allowance, you need to go in, and if it's not but $2 or $5, you need to make a deposit in your savings account.
Fantastic. And so I know that that's on the younger realm, younger children. Our teens have the cell phones, right?
Yes,
so there's this whole thing with there's an app for that. And as you indicated in your article, there are a lot of different apps where you and your child can be connected, where you can see their spending, you can throw some money in there. Grandma can send a little something, and they're like, oh, I got something from grandma for my savings. So a lot of ways to get financially literate, right?
And also with you spending, it's an app that you can in turn, if you have like additional cents, so let's say it was $9.52, that additional 48 cents opposed to you just leaving it sitting on your debit card, you can have that money transferred to your savings. So every time you're spending, you can in turn take your additional to make you whole and put it in that account too, which cents add up. And as a result, at the end of the month, and you say, oh my God.
That rounding up paid off.
Okay.
And now right now it sounds like we're not just talking to kids, we're talking to everybody.
Yes, we are. We're talking
round up and save.
Round up and save. Remember, we have to start paying ourselves. For everyone, the listening audience that's listening to this, employers today, they've gone away from the defined benefit and they are strictly on this defined contribution. And the defined contribution you have to give to your retirement.
In order for
you to have a retirement.
Oh, wow.
So if you don't give anything, then the employer doesn't. He's not obligated to give. He or she is not obligated to give anything either.
You hear that, Amber?
But
I'm not obligated.
But but if they do participate in the retirement plan, and the employer says that I'm going to give you up to 6%, then you need to automatically put in 6%.
Match that.
Because if you only put in 3%, they're only obligated to put in 3%.
Yes. So what about when it comes to entrepreneurs and their retirement piece? I know that's a whole separate subject, but you bring it up when you talk about employers. But I think that we need to have a whole full conversation when it comes to business owners and their plans on saving and the most effective way to do that.
And I would agree with you, because just like we pay everyone else, we need to put ourselves in that list of people that need to be compensated for service.
For retirement. Okay, well, so noted. Coming soon, a conversation for us entrepreneurs about our retirement plans and saving plans, because it's different. Because I find myself always thinking about, okay, for the team, what I'm going to make sure that you make the team whole, and sometimes we forget to make sure that the owner's whole.
And then what you have to also utilize or realize is that a lot of people will say, okay, I'm going to go work for this person because they're paying me $90,000, okay? Mm-hmm. They're paying you $90,000, but they want you to do all of your benefits, whereas someone that is closer may pay you $65,000 and they are paying you benefits. So you got to put the two together and do the math and see, does it make better sense for me to go this route and travel out a farther distance, or to be somewhere local and make less money, but in reality, when I look at my total package, I'm making what I would have made afar.
Oh, you are preaching to the masses.
So, I just want the listening audience to know that Atled Financial, we're here as a financial services firm to sit down and to help you through the process. We go from point A to point Z. We catch you right where you are to take you where you're trying to accomplish. But at the end of the day, we make this conversation, this discussion, one that is open as well as comfortable for you to obtain. Okay. So, I just want everyone to know you need a financial advisor. I would love to work with everyone, but again, you're working with someone that you feel is closer to you, or you want to reach out and touch them, whatever the case may be. You need to sit with the financial advisor. But, we're always here, Chelsea, to service the masses.
Well, you already know. I came forward, I listened, and I learned, and now I am just on a mission to share this with others. Particularly, I always talk about my millennial audience, because so many things, had I known in my 20s what I've learned from you in my 40s, oh my goodness. I wouldn't be on camera with you because I'd be on a beach somewhere retired. Yes. But that's okay. We're pressing toward that mark. And as summer has officially begun a couple of days ago, what's our savings plan, Delta? What do you recommend? That I know everybody wants to go travel and dig into the piggy bank, but shouldn't we be saving too this summer?
We should. We should be. Now, mind you, if traveling right now, because we have been quarantined for so long, if that is something that you want to do, I would recommend just be safe, be cautious, but save a little bit. I don't know. I would tell you, based on the fact that we've been quarantined and you're like, I just want to splurge a little bit. Nothing's wrong with splurging a little bit, but I want you to bring it back in.
Okay.
So if you decide you're going to splurge in the month of July, I would say, okay, you treated yourself, so in August you want to go back to your track.
Okay.
If you're saying, no, I'm just going to live within, and I still want to know the ideal thing for me to prepare in saving, I would say at least save 10% for yourself.
Okay, that's good stuff. You all have been watching another Financial Focus with the Delta Jones Walker of Atled Financial. Check out the website, atledfinancial.com. Follow her on Facebook, Atled Financial. She's on LinkedIn, Delta Jones Walker, and Twitter. So you are out there pushing the message, writing articles, doing public appearances, and speaking engagements. And the local number is I know it by heart. I think it's tattooed on my wrist. 219-513-3710. We thank you for tuning in. Have a safe and saving summer, and we'll see you next time.
All right, take care, listening audience. Happy 4th.
Happy